Hey guys, today we're going to work on our evidence log for a simple act. So what you're going to do is where it says click here for your evidence log, you're going to click on that. And when you do that, it will ask you to make a copy and you hit yes or make a copy. It will come up here with copy of Jay Guidry, a simple act evidence log. You're just going to highlight over that and put your first initial and last name. Now, since I am Jay Guidry, I am just going to keep mine the same. Now, notice I filled in part of this for you, and I am going to zoom in a little bit so you guys can see a little better. And so I put the unit title, which is Unit 1, Generations. I put our essential question, which is how does one generation learn from another? And I put what am I trying to prove and what is my prompt? So this is going to be write a narrative nonfiction essay, which is a personal narrative about the influence someone from a different generation has had on you or someone you know. In your narrative, connect or draw a parallel between events from the text read in class to the personal experiences in your nonfiction narrative. Show how an unexpected event can influence the actions, decisions, lives of the people from other generations. Underneath that, I added initial claim. So you are going to finish by answering the question. One generation learns from another by, and this is going to be your opinion. So you would just backspace over that. You could put by listening and by listening, having conversations, and practicing kindness. Also put both older and younger generations can learn from these practices. Now, this might not be what you believe. I'm just giving an example. You put what you think here. Then I put the title of the text. So for me, I put a simple act by Tyler Jackson. Now, we have to have our connection to the prompt. Your connection to the prompt is going to be what you learned or what was the lesson that was taught in this story. So in this one, we learned that people of different generations classes and backgrounds. Oh, there should be an and there, Miss Guidry. And backgrounds can come together, build strong friendships. That should be strong. And take the time to listen to one another. Take the time. All right, so that's what I feel like we learned. Now, for today's evidence log, I am only going to do your first piece of evidence and your first explanation with you. I am going to expect you to do the rest of that independently. And the reason I want you to be able to do this independently is that I am eventually going to not help you at all with these evidence logs. You are going to have to do these independently because how our curriculum works is it starts off as whole class, which means I do a majority of the instruction. Then it will go into small group, which means you spend most of your time talking and discussing with your peers, and I just facilitate and guide questions. And then the last thing is independent. Now, due to the hurricane days, your independent stories are going to be assigned to you via cold reads. So make sure that you're getting this part done first. Now, let's look and let's discuss. So for two pieces of evidence from the text, we said don't forget parenthetical referencing and the author's last name. So I have to think, what is an example from the story that shows me either how Maurice learned from Laura or how Laura learned from Maurice? So I have to think, what would be a good example from our story? So when we're discussing this, paragraph 5 has, I think, the best evidence for this one. So this is the paragraph that says the two continue sharing dinner every Monday and a close bond formed between them. Laura introduced Maurice to new places, new ideas, and new possibilities. So I'm going to use that one. Laura introduced Maurice to new places, new ideas, and new possibilities. And so I'm going to put my, instead of putting a period there, I'm going to put a comma. I'm going to put my closing quotations, and then I'm going to put the paragraph I found this. Paragraph 5. And I don't know why this is bold. I'm going to take it away. All right, and so then I have to explain why I feel that this is so important. Why did I choose this quote? So for me, I am choosing to explain the quote that I just wrote. Explain or why I thought that Laura introduced Maurice to new places, new ideas, and new possibilities went with what I have over here, which is people of different generations, classes, and backgrounds can come together, build strong friendships, and take the time to listen. So here I'm going to put by taking the time to feed Maurice and getting to know him, Laura was able to introduce him to a world he never would have experienced without her kindness, support, and I'm also going to put monetary help because she helped him a lot financially. Let's see. I don't know. Okay, let's see. This says that mine doesn't make sense. So let's see what I got. By taking the time to feed Maurice and getting to know him, Laura was able to introduce him to a world that should be he, not her. That's why that doesn't make sense. He never would have experienced without her kindness, support, and monetary help. Now, at the bottom, so you're going to do another quote, you're going to do another explanation. Then at the bottom, it says, how does the text add or change my thinking? What can you, as a reader, take away from the text? And what is your position after reading the text? So you might say that the text adds to or changes my thinking by, and then answer that question. As a reader, I can take blank away from the text. You're going to explain to me what you can take away from the text. And then you have to answer that third question. What is your position after reading the text? After reading a simple act, my position is, and then you would answer that one. So this is what you're going to do at this point. I hope this makes sense. Please make sure you save this. Remember, at the very end of this unit, we are going to be writing a nonfiction narrative. And so you're going to have all of these evidence logs somewhere where you will know what to do with them. I hope this helps, and please let me know if you have any questions.